All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's do this. Could you state your name and occupation for the court, please?
Otto Nichols. I am a fingerprint analyst working for the Louisiana State Police Department.
And how long have you been with the Louisiana State Police?
I would say about 10 years now.
And how many years have you been a fingerprint analyst in general?
13 years.
Where did you go to school?
Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana, and IUPUI in Lafayette, Indiana.
Do you have a degree in criminology?
Yes, I do.
What level of degree was that?
A Bachelor of Science in Applied Science degree.
Do you have a degree in crime scene analysis?
Yes, I have a master's degree.
Isn't it true that your undergraduate in criminology focuses specifically on criminology?
Yes.
Could you define criminology for the court?
Criminology is, in basic terms, defined as the scientific study of crime and criminals.
Would you say that criminology is considered to be more of a study of causes of crime, not solving crime?
Yes.
Would you agree that your degree in crime scene analysis focuses more on how to process a crime scene and not how to link it to a specific case?
Yes.
Now, what makes you qualified to be a fingerprint analyst?
As I said before, I have 13 years of experience analyzing fingerprints, as well as publishing 4 publications on collecting and analyzing fingerprints.
Now, are you aware of 10 U.S. Code 1094.2?
No, I'm not.
I will now address this code for the court. It simply states that any individual under the jurisdiction of an agency within the United States must have a valid license in order to practice law. Anyone impersonating a lawyer without a license shall be punished under the state law. Are you aware that my client has passed the bar exam?
No, I was not.
Seeing as how he has passed the bar exam, would it be fair to assume my client has a license to practice law?
I don't know the answer to that.
And if he has a license, would you agree that it does not make sense that my client is being charged with this crime?
Again, I don't think I'm qualified to answer this.
Did you personally collect the fingerprints from the alleged crime scene?
No, I did not.
How did the fingerprints come into your possession then?
I received them via email from the Louisiana State Police Department.
And how many fingerprints did you receive?
I received a total of 6 fingerprints.
And where were these fingerprints found?
There were 2 fingerprints found on the defense counsel table. 2 fingerprints were found on the courtroom divider. 1 fingerprint was found on the spectator seating, and the final fingerprint was found on the witness stand.
Were all of the fingerprints a match to my client?
No, not all of them were.
Which prints were not a match?
The 2 prints on the divider were not a match, as well as the 1 print on the witness stand was also not a match.
What were the results of the prints on the divider?
According to my report, they were found to be inconclusive.
And what were the results of the prints on the witness stand?
The prints on the witness stand were found to be a match to the judge in the courtroom.
Were any fingerprints a match to my client?
Yes, 3 of the prints were a match.
Are you absolutely sure that beyond a doubt they belong to my client?
Yes, I am sure beyond a doubt.
Would you agree with me that every lawyer has his first case?
I don't know the answer to that.
So my client could have been having his first case after getting his license.
Again, I don't know. I'm just responsible for analyzing his fingerprints.
Could he have been assisting another experienced lawyer in this case?
I suppose so.
And could this explain the fingerprints on the defense counsel table?
Yes, it is possible.
How can you be sure that these fingerprints belonged specifically to my client?
As my analysis stated, I used a powder and lifting tape method in order to remove the latent prints from the locations in which they were found. And after using a computer software device that looks at the prints of the defendant and compares them with the prints that we collected, I was able to conclude that they matched to your client.
Are you solely basing your conclusion off of what a computer says?
No, as well as using that software device, we also compare the fingerprints by eye.
What is the point of using both methods of this analysis?
The reasoning for using both methods is that the human eye is known to not be completely accurate. So by using the computer software as a comparison, we are able to eliminate any potential human error.
Could it also be said that this eliminates bias?
I suppose so, yes.
Can you tell the court what a blind verification is?
Yes, of course. A blind verification is a type of verification where a third person analyzes the prints without knowing the results of my analysis, and then they come to their own conclusion.
What is the purpose of a blind verification?
A blind verification is used to eliminate bias in the analysis of the prints.
Was a blind verification conducted?
Yes, we conducted a blind verification.
I have the fingerprint analysis report here. Would you take a look at that for me, please?
Okay.
Can you find the blind verification on this report?
Yes, blind verification should be at the bottom. That's weird. I'm not seeing it here in this report.
So you are saying a blind verification was not recorded in this report?
I swear it was conducted. It just must have been left out by accident.
So you can't prove that it was conducted at all?
Yes.
Is there a possibility that the analysis report findings are biased towards my client?
It's not biased.
But is it possible?
Technically, yes, it could be.
Are you paid by the Louisiana State Police?
I am an employee of them, so yes, I am.
Have you ever been offered additional payments to sway your conclusion?
If you're questioning my professional in this line of work, I am deeply offended.
Please answer the question.
No, I have not received any money from the Louisiana State Police Department in order to sway my conclusions.
Is it possible your results were biased in order to help the state of Louisiana convict my client?
Again, my results are not biased.
But without a blind verification, is it possible?
Technically, yes, it is possible.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.